Hello, how are you? Today I'm going to teach you how to make an amazing diabetic-friendly dinner. It's a pot pie with fewer carbs, super high in fiber, very rich in protein, with that delicious crust. You can enjoy it throughout the week. It doesn't have to be just for special occasions. There's no butter, no hydrogenated fat, no flour at all, so there's no wheat, no gluten. It's really super practical, super quick. You're gonna love it. You can change up the filling, and on top of that, as I mentioned, since it's high in fiber, it's also great for your gut. It won't give you heartburn. You're going to love it. Stick around until the end. You won't want to miss this. Before we start, I want to ask you, what's your favorite pot pie filling? Write for me down here in the comments if you have any tricks when making your filling, any special seasoning. And what's your city? Because sometimes the city has special fillings, unique local or regional ones. I love that, so write it for me. If you can, go ahead and like the video. That really helps me out here on the channel. And it shows YouTube that you support and trust my content. To get the exact ingredients and nutritional information, take a look at the description, okay? I always leave everything there. Our base ingredient here for our pot pie, I told you there's no flour at all because it's made with chickpeas. Chickpeas are fantastic for people with diabetes, but not just for them, right? Chickpeas are naturally super rich in protein and super rich in fiber. Yes, they do have carbohydrates, but they're absorbed much more slowly because of the higher proportion of fiber and protein they contain. I'm going to add the eggs to the chickpeas now. The chickpeas are cooked, okay? So look, I've already pre-cooked them just in water. To make it easier, we soak them before cooking in the pressure cooker, but you can cook them however you like. The eggs will add even more protein and healthy fats. And I'm going to add a little olive oil here to complement the amount of fat I need. You can see it's just a little bit of fat, right? Because there are some pie crusts out there that are just blocks and blocks of hydrogenated fat, butter, margarine. This one is made only with healthy fats. I'm going to blend this until it turns into a puree, and then you'll see what I mean. First, I'll just add this, and then I'll add the seasonings and our baking powder. But for now, I'm just going to add this. Now I'm going to add some seasoning, salt, and I'll put in the baking powder so it gets fluffy. And I'm going to add paprika, which is optional, but I love it. The paprika will help make the dough a little more golden when we bake it in the oven. But it's also great for people living with diabetes because it's an antioxidant, right? It comes from carotenoids and bell peppers, so it's even good for your eyesight too. We just blend it to mix, and then we'll start assembling. It's really practical, isn't it? It's wonderful. Well, I've got my baking dish here and I greased it with a little olive oil. Now I'm going to add a few spoonfuls of our batter. You don't even need to spread the batter up the sides of the dish because when you add the filling later on, it will naturally rise up the sides all by itself, okay? There's no need to worry about it. You just need to make sure you put enough batter in so that the entire bottom of the dish is completely covered, all right? That's really all you have to do at this stage. So let's go ahead and do it together now. I've put in a little bit here. I always like to leave more at the top because otherwise there's not enough batter and we get stressed. This here is chicken, cooked, shredded, seasoned, kind of like that basic chicken filling for pies with parsley and some spices. You can make whatever filling you like with ground beef, mushrooms, broccoli, carrots, hearts of palm. What do you like in your pot pie? Some people like hearts of palm pot pie too. I love it. With cheese, tell me what you like. I'm just going to leave a little space here because when I add another spoonful, it'll form kind of like a crust. And that's it. I'll keep adding my filling here until it's really packed. And once I've put in all the chicken, I'll come back to show you the top layer. Hang on. Look, I made it really stuffed. I put in all the chicken. And now the rest of the batter goes on top, like I told you. Then we just smooth it out with a spatula. It's much more practical this way. So I just scoop it on and then we just do this. See? It doesn't even matter if the batter is a bit runnier because we're just going to spread one layer over the other. See? And it doesn't make a mess. And personally, I like it this way because sometimes you want to make a chicken pie, but it's such a hassle to roll out the dough on the counter, right? That whole thing of putting dough on the bottom, dough on top, having to roll it out with a rolling pin. And this one, you just scoop it out. It's so practical. It's also a great option to bring to a Sunday lunch, to meet up with family. Look how delicious. It's wonderful. So I'm going to finish putting it in here. There's even a bit more. Let me just carefully scrape the sides here so we don't waste anything. Here it is. I'm going to carefully put the rest in here, making sure to get every last bit, and then I'll even it out with my spatula, spreading it as evenly as I can. So, as you can see, I've smoothed it out here, right? And now, to top it off, this is optional too, I'm going to sprinkle a little sesame on top. Remember, sesame is also good for people living with diabetes because of the fiber, the vitamin E, and of course, it makes the pie look beautiful and adds a wonderful flavor. So, I'm going to put this in the oven at 360 degrees, and then I'll show you how it turned out, okay? I'll be right back. This is just amazing. 40 minutes, which is the usual time for a pie, right? I'm going to cut a piece here so we can try this wonder. Make it at home. You're going to love it. Let me cut all the way to the end. I want to lift it up so you can see, right? Let me check if I cut all the way to the bottom here. It hadn't gone through, see? And I'm going to cut here all the way too. And I want to know what filling you're going to use. Write it for me in the comments. I'd love to see your comment. This is going to be my lunch. Have you had lunch yet today? Tell me what you're having for lunch. Look, I'm going to take a forkful here so you can see how amazing it looks. So I want to know what filling you're going to use. Let me know in the comments and also leave a like to help me out. And while you're at it, share this with someone you know will like it. Let's spread this chain of good. That's what I want here with the channel. I'm dying to try it.
Mmm. Mmm. Mmm.
It's wonderful. Look, it's not just because I made it, but it turned out really good. Make it yourself. You're going to love it. See you next time. Bye.
Mmm.